it's Sarah from Sarah Cat Plans, and I am so excited because today I get to share with you my thoughts and review on the MakseLife 2021 planner. Okay, so I started using MakseLife this past summer, which I know might sound a little weird because we were in the middle of a pandemic, but it has been a serious game changer for me in my life. Buying and using the MakseLife planner has been the best decision that I've made in 2020. So you can tell that I am very excited to be sharing with you my thoughts and my review on the 2021 planner. But before we get there, I wanted to go over a couple of things with you. And that is the planners will be launching on October 21st. And if you order on October 21st, then your planner will be shipping to you around November. How fun! Also, if you enjoyed watching this video, I would love it so much if you liked and subscribed to my channel. I know that my value does not come from likes and subscriptions, but it sure does encourage a girl. So please feel free to like and subscribe. And everything that I mentioned will be linked in my description box below. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into this planner. Woo! Okay, I hope that you guys are as excited as I am. This is the box that your planner will be coming in. It is a very durable box, and it has the MakseLife logo down here in gold foil, and then there are some stripes. They're very small. This is a little bit different than last year in that the stripes from last year are a little bit bigger than this, but that's the only difference. And so I really enjoy this box. I think it's super great. It's a very good keepsake box. And I did take a look at my planner. I do know what it looks like. I wanted to take just a quick peek because I was so excited. So I wanted to say that before getting into it. And there are 4 cover options, and I will be showing you the other 3 at the end of this video, so stick around. And at the end, you can see all 3 cover options if you haven't seen them yet. Guys, it is so beautiful. I just keep oohing and awing at it. And I love it so much. So it's a floral design. These are peonies. I don't even know if I say that flower right, but I tried. And I just love that it has this gold foil on it. It's the only planner this year that has this gold foil touch to it, and I just think it is so beautiful. We flip it over, then it's the gold foil again, and the MakseLife logo there on the bottom in gold foil as well. Absolutely beautiful. This cover is part of the artist series. There's 2 covers, 2 artists. This cover was made by Jess. She was the designer, and I just think it is so beautiful. I love it. Okay, so to the planner, you can see that it's a hard texture, it has like a linen texture to it. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but it keeps up very nicely, and you can wipe like messes and anything off of it. It won't hurt the planner at all, so I think that's super great. And all of the planners come with this elastic band, which is really nice for when you're on the go and you want to go somewhere, because it's, on the go. Then you can just close up your planner and have it in this elastic band, which is great. And on the back, it has these it's reinforced, which is super nice. So it's like not going anywhere and super sturdy. And then, of course, the giant O-ring. Y'all, I was not so sure about an O-ring in a planner because using a MakseLife was the first time I had an O-ring, but I really like it. And I don't know if all O-rings are coated or not, but I do know that MakseLife coats all of their O-rings, and I think that's nice, and it helps keep the coil nice. So that, I think, is everything for the outside of the planner. Oh, actually not, now that I'm looking. I wanted to mention that I love the round corners over here on the side. I think planner companies like to do like that metal pointy thing here to protect the covers. I guess they're like corner protectors. I don't know the technical term for it. And I like that Sierra decided to go ahead and round the corners instead of doing the corner projectors, because that would just get really annoying for me and make more noise than I want with a planner when I like set it down. Okay, so let's dive into this beauty. Ooh, it's so pretty. Okay, here we go. So when you open your planner, you get MakseLife goal setting and weekly planner. I love that Sierra chose to write "the power in these pages belongs to," and then you fill out your name, your phone number, your email. I love that she says that phrase, "the power in these pages belongs to," because for me, that just gives me confidence in like setting goals already from off the bat. It's just like a positive, you got this, girl. Like, and I enjoy that a lot. I didn't know that such a small phrase and such like a little small detail could instill so much confidence already, but I'm telling you, it's working for me. Oh, I wanted to also point out that this has changed a little bit as well. Their paper ends to the planner. They're laminated this year for better durability, so you have it over here in the stripe pattern that's all throughout the planner, and then you also have it in the back. That's a pocket we'll get into later. So I think that's super nice to have just extra durability for the page cover over here. Okay. Guys, if you could see like my whole body right now, I'm like, every time I say okay, I'm dancing. I'm wiggling because I'm just excited. So we're flipping the page and we have MakseLife over here, and just all of the socials that you can find them under, like the MakseLife website and the Instagram. And then if you want to see other people within the community that are producing content like myself and other people that are amazing, a part of the Moxie fam, then you have 2 hashtags that you can follow for really good content. So I thought that was a very sweet touch to add. And then you go into this letter from Sierra that she has written out and explains a little background on who she is. She's been a life coach since 2005, and so she's taken all of her knowledge and wisdom of being a life coach and put it into this planner. She also has a planner girl background, and so she combines the two and just makes such an amazing planner. And then it goes into explaining why the name MakseLife. This is just a really good page to read, and I'm gonna let you guys read it on your own. And I love that it's added. So, and then, oops, I forgot to tell you, the first tab is goal setting. And we jump straight into goal setting, and these pages of goal setting are rich in wisdom from Sierra. I feel like when I was setting up my goal setting, like all of my goals for this past year, I felt like she was just right in my room with me, like walking me through the process because of how well she sets up everything in the goal setting tabs. So that is super encouraging for me, and also hopefully for anyone who is a little hesitant about using a goal planner. Know that the pages within this planner are there to guide you and are very helpful, in my opinion. Alright, so I'm not going to read everything that's on every single page because it's a lot to take in over video, and there's way more value in reading it on your own. But I do think it's important to highlight a couple of things in here. And so when you're first getting started, Sierra encourages you with the key to a more satisfying life is creating a consistent habit of designing how you spend your time and filling it with what matters most to you. And you need to have a system that is accessible, simple, actionable, and repeatable. And so she goes into that a little bit, and then she says that you do that through the key elements that are within this planner in the weekly and daily features. So you have weekly notes pages, weekly tips from her, a gratitude heart, and habit tracking. And I will be going into these later within the planner. But I just think that it's really helpful and like key to know when learning about this planner. And then you're going to be going into the 5 steps to the actual goal system itself. And this goal system that Sierra is using, the MakseLife goal system, has been refined over nearly the last 2 decades, which I think is pretty awesome. And so she's refined it and made it the most effective and straightforward like that it can be, and it's really helpful. So the 5 steps would be compass assessment, setting intentions, annual goals and vision, monthly goals and weekly actions, and then step number 5 is monthly reflections and quarterly review. These steps, they build on top of one another. All right, so then we get into the compass assessment, and this is where we're gonna start seeing your actual prep work, like writing things down. And the compass assessment is an important tool that allows you to increase your self-awareness, recognize opportunities for development, set meaningful goals, and track your progress. So you'll be establishing a starting point, evaluate your life as a whole, embrace growth. And the compass assessment is actually based off of these 8 areas of life. And so you're going to be focusing on personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. And so this is the life compass, and it goes alongside of the compass assessment. And you will notice that the numbers are from 1 to 10, and you get to figure out where you lie in these numbers for each area of life. And you're going to be doing that by taking the compass assessment, which is on the following 2 pages, and you have 8 statements for each area of life, and you're going to rate them from 1 to 10, and then you will divide all of you'll add all 8 numbers up, then you'll divide them by 8, and then that will be the score that you'll get to put in your compass assessment. And you can notice in the example down here that it's shaded a little bit. So if you score like a 6 in health and wellness, then you'll shade from 1 through 6 up, and then you'll do that for each of your numbers. And then you will also circle the number that you want to be at the end of the year. And I have my planner from this year just to show you a little bit of an example. This is where I was when I started in the planner and where I'd hope to be at the end of the year for each. You can see my circles and my little shading. And so then you move in from doing the life compass and have your assessment done. And then we're going to be setting intentions. And so intentions, this is a great page because intent creates action, which brings about change in your life. So this is a good page to also fill out and focus on because it's going to help clarify your purpose for the year. And then you will be figuring out, through answering these questions, you will be figuring out what your word for 2021 will be. And then you get to write a little bit of what your word means to you. Yeah, I was going to do some of the questions for you. So some of the questions would be, what could I use more in my life this year? What could I use less of in my life this year? I will do less of. I will give myself grace for. These are really great prompts to come back to throughout the year. It'll help keep you rooted in like your goals and what you have, like what your focus is for the year. So then after that, Sierra starts you into setting goals and what it means to set goals. And so I really love this because she goes in depth in how to set goals. And so if you're anything like me, I was new to goal planning, which I said earlier, but for me, I didn't realize that goal setting was more about who you become through the growth, like process of setting goals versus like actually completing those goals. And so this helps me figure that out because it's right there. Sierra writes, the main objective of this goal setting process are growth and learning, not necessarily like meeting the goals. So, and then you move into committing to your goals. So I love this a lot. Like I feel like the goal pages are just filled with permission, and that has been super helpful for me. But so these are things that you can consider before committing to your goals, and then reviewing your goals, because your goals might not be, like as you start working towards them, you might need to change it because it might not end up working for you. And then even removing goals if it's just completely not working. you need to reassess and do something else. I love that, and this is where the permission piece comes in. And then we move over into writing down your actual goals and what that looks like. It's made a point to write things down in a positive light versus like saying you should write something along the lines of clean my garage this weekend instead of saying get rid of clutter, because you're giving an actionable step of how you're going to do it. And I love that. Or go to the gym 3 times this week instead of just writing exercise more. And so she walks you through some examples of really good ways to set good goals versus like, these aren't going to be so helpful. Okay, and then we have the descriptions of the 3 different types of goals. Before using MakseLife, this was mind-blowing to me because I didn't realize that there were 3 different types of goals. And I don't know if there's anyone else out there that didn't know, but if you are out there, just know you're not alone. So stretch goals are your really big goals, and these were the goals that I thought every goal was, which is not the case. This is usually like 1 to 3 goals that you're going to set each year. And then your progress goals are goals that are going to take you from where you are to where you desire to be in each area of life from the life compass. And then your maintenance goals are goals or tasks and intentions that will help you maintain what's working good in your life. So that's a little summary. There's more to it that you can read there. And then we hop into the annual goals, monthly goals, and weekly actions. So this is how the goals are going to be broken down throughout the whole planner. So you're going to be starting off with annual goals, and these ones, like I just mentioned, would be more stretch goals because you usually only set about 1 to 3 of these a year. Right now, I currently just have 1. And then in your monthly goals and your weekly actions, you're going to see more more progress and maintenance goals. Because what you'll do is you'll chunk down your annual goal into monthly goal and then break it down even further into your weekly actions. Ooh, sorry about bumping my camera. And then over here, we have the weekly reflection questions. And this is new to the planner this year, but well, it's new in this area. So these are questions that are super beneficial, and I do this almost weekly of asking myself, what were my wins? What worked? What didn't work? What lessons did I learn? What adjustments do I need to make moving forward? And having this written down in my planner next to my goals helps me so much reflecting and then also like moving forward, because I get to see like exactly what this thing says, what's working, what's not working, like how can I adjust, and focusing on reflecting just keeps me moving forward towards my goals instead of stopping or quitting and not doing them. And then I love this edition. Okay, so this was and is super helpful for me. I still look back on this. I actually have it saved to my phone because it wasn't in the 2020 planner, but this are things to consider in each area of life when you're writing out your goals. Sorry, I forgot to explain that at first because I got really excited just seeing it here in my planner. Oh, guys, I need to rein it in a minute. Okay, so you have things that you consider for personal and every single area of life, which I think is super helpful and helps me it adds guidance, and that is what I need, especially when I'm like, oh, does this go in personal or does it go in health and wellness? Oh, it can go in either one. Okay, which one do I want to put it in? And so I really like that a lot. Okay, and then we have this page. It says, use this space to create a list or mind map of ideas for the coming years. I like that it is a dot grid, even though I'm not very, I shouldn't say familiar, because I am familiar with dot grid, but I haven't used much of dot grid in my previous planning style. But I like this because it's just open and free to do whatever I want and create whatever I want. So that's super fun. But I can still add structure and lines if I want to because of the dots. Okay, and then here we go. We're going into writing out your actual annual goals for each of the life areas. And what I said before are areas of life. I always flip those in that you usually have about 1 to 2 sometimes, or 1 to 3, but maybe you'll have more everyone is different. So you're gonna have this giant space, which I absolutely love, having a lot of space. At first, when I got my planner, I was like, what do I have this? Like, I'm not gonna have all this filled out in goals. Like, that's a lot of space. But then I realized that my view on goals were wrong because, you know, I thought, like, if you set a goal, it's because you're supposed to be meeting that goal, not, you know, changing it if I need to. So I like that if you take on Sierra's advice of removing a goal or readjusting the goal or changing the goal, then you can scribble it out and write what your new thing is going to be. And so I love that in each of the goals, you have annual, like in each annual, monthly, and weekly, you have, well, not weekly, just annual, monthly, you have this big space. Okay, I went on a slight tangent there, so there you go. You're welcome. So then you'll notice that each of the sections have focus written in it, and I love this so much. Like, absolutely love this. I have been writing focus in my monthly goals because it wasn't there for the 2020 planner, and this was something I had taken from Sierra because that's what she does, and I just think it's super awesome to have in there because it helps you determine, like, what intention do you want to focus on in this area, like as a whole, or is there a mantra, or it's an affirmation, or something that you want to focus on for that month for your goal. So that's really helpful, and I like that. And then each area of life will also have the same question, just replaced with the area of life. So how will my life improve by reaching these health and wellness goals, or these spiritual and personal growth goals, and, you know, fill in the blank. So that is the annual goals, and this is the end of your prep work. So I just wanted to point out real quick that your prep work would be annual goals, figuring out what those are going to be. Can or cannot use that. Like, I don't feel like this is super vital to the goal system, but also could be helpful. And then the intentions page, and then your actual life compass assessment and filling in the assessment. So that's really not that many pages of actual work to do. There are 21 pages here of instruction, but I feel like it's mostly guidance, and you have the benefit of Sierra giving you all of her wisdom. So I just want to point that out just in case you're intimidated by the idea of setting goals or having a goal planner because you're not too familiar with using one. I think this is like the perfect amount. I really enjoy it. Okay. Oh, whoops. I forgot this page. Sorry, guys. This is also included in work. The vision board. So it's left blank to have some fun and do what you want, to put your annual goals on paper and to create like images or words, or, you know, it's a vision board. So you get to do what you want with your vision board for your goals for the year. And now we sum up the goal setting section, and we're going to move into the monthly tabs. But before we do, I keep saying we're done, and then I'm like, and the goal setting quick tips. So these quick tips are the main like bullet points throughout the instruction that Sierra gave and all the information that she gave previously. So I think this is super helpful, and I actually refer to this a lot right now within my planner because it gives me a lot of permission and helps. This is like quick tips, and in my mind I think of like a reminder because I need a reminder on things. And so that sums up, there we go, officially sums up the goal setting section. And I did notice in flipping through that there were some changes, and I commented on a little bit of them, but not all of them. I didn't want to interrupt the explaining the goal section that much, so I'm just going to go back and show there's some pops of color that Sierra added to the planner this year, and I gotta say, I like some of them. I do not like others. So let's see here. So this is, there's all of the banners are now a different color. So this one is like the wellness blue color, and then we'd go into flipping around, the intentions is green. And this page right here, so I am not This is probably my least favorite page right now. Like color-wise, I wish that it was still the muted, like gray type of color. Like, I don't even know if you can tell that much, but they're like, all of these lines are the different life compass colors. And I think it's not really like that much is there, but in my mind, I just wish it was like gray, or this was blue instead of a green. It's funny, I know. And then this one, I really, really love that it's this color because it's my favorite color. But I'm like, okay with that. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I like that color. And I'm okay with the purple. But here again, we have like just little spots of color. And I kind of wish that it wasn't all of the color wheel colors, or not as much everywhere, because this is also divided again into colors. And I think some more stuff back here was like the compass assessment, and I was actually okay with this page because there was so much writing in between that it didn't bother me as much. But when you look at the intentions page, I'm like, yep, those are just too close together. Now you guys know my little quirks. I think the reason, and this page, if there's like color, I would just rather it be like blue or gray. But I think it's because I am very color coordinated. And when I look at this, I now automatically think, oh, this is a personal goal, not an annual goal. This is fun and recreation. This is mom life for me, like working, not. So that's how my brain works. But it is fun to have pops of color. I don't know. I'm going to stop talking about it, guys. I do like the colors are bold. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and flip through each of the months, because this is something that is new as well. And every month has a quote with some pops of color, which I think is awesome. And I love this color scheme. I think it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so, and when you get to each quarter, so this is the first quarter of the year, then you're going to do a new, well, it's a quarterly compass. So you're going to reassess from the first one that you do. Then we go into more quotes, beautiful pops of color. I absolutely love this a lot. We hit up another quarterly compass in July, and then you continue to have quotes. October, you get your quarter 3. And then you go into December, and then your last quarter is at the end of December, which I think is amazing. And then we'll go ahead and flip through all of the months as well, not just the covers, but just to show you the color scheme. So each month has a different color scheme. So January is this dark blue, and then we have February being my favorite color, and March is green. Oops, totally missed April, y'all. Gray. May is yellow. You can tell how much I like that one. June is orange. July is red. August is purple. And then we're back to September being dark blue, just like January, and then it continues to do the same color scheme. So we're going to stop here, and I'm going to show you some of the monthly spread and what each monthly spread looks like. Bright, bold September. I absolutely love this because I can see it. I think it looks really great, and I'm going to go ahead and show you side-by-side comparison from 2021. I mean 2020. 2021, 2020. So you can see it wasn't as bold. It was gray. And you can also tell, maybe a little bit, I'm not sure, the color for the dots are a little bit brighter, which is nice, a little bit bigger, and also they move to the right. I love that the dots moved over to the right. It just really helps, like in design purposes and when I'm writing things out. And then we flip over to this side. This is now the 2021 planner, and we have the notes section and the next month down on the bottom, which is very helpful to have. So that is what every month looks like. I think that's a great change. or great additions added to it. Oh, and I forgot to note this. The quote at the top of each month, there's a quote, and they made this bigger for you to read and bolder, which I think is really helpful because honestly, I didn't look at these quotes as much, and now I will because it kind of stands out, and I'll pay more attention to it. So that's really helpful. So after you dive into your month spread, then you're going to flip over and set up your monthly goals. And as I was saying, you know, with the annual goals, you have that big space. You have it again here. If you need to change things, you have space to do that, freedom to do that. And you also have the focus for the monthly goals. And this is an addition. This year you get to see which month you're in. It shows you the month, which I think is really helpful, the month title. And you can see that the flags are more visible, the wording inside of it. They were made larger this year, which is also another helpful thing to be added. And you have a new quote. So it's a different quote. You get 2 quotes. Okay, so you're going to go from your monthly goals into these 2 pages. This is a notes page and then your weekly actions page. Both of these pages are for every week in your planner, which is super nice. So for your weekly actions page, you can tell you have each of the life compass areas, and you're going to fill out what you may be getting done in each area, which is really helpful. And for the notes pages, it used to actually say notes and reflections, and it is now, the title is gone, but using it for reflections is still super like important and exactly how I'm going to use my planner or use this space. And you can refer back to the questions that are in the front of the planner, which is really nice, and that's why they were added. But it also gives you freedom and flexibility to use it however you want if maybe you're just not feeling like reflecting that week. And it's also, I already took it out of the view, my bad, but the reflections used to be, or the notes pages used to be lined, and now it's dot grid. So you have this tips page at the bottom of every notes weekly notes page, and Sierra has strategically placed these from her experience of working with goals and coaching others. She knows where you might trip up or start to like fade a little bit, and so she gives you a note that is strategically placed in that week for a reason. And then I'm noticing up here it says week 35. This is a new addition, and so every week is numbered for whatever week of the year it is, so you know, and you can count forward. Let's see. So this one says week 35, week 36, so you can know, your 52 weeks. Okay, and then after you set up your weekly actions, you're going to flip into your weekly spread. So you can tell I'm team horizontal. Well, I'm actually team both, but we won't get into that right now. This is a horizontal planner. If you choose to buy a vertical spread, then everything that I've showed you so far is the exact same except for this spread. And I am loving the new look of this year's spread. Like, absolutely love it. So you can tell you have the gratitude heart. It's just a little prompt to remind you to write out something that you're grateful for every day. I love having this little prompt here because it reminds me to do it. Or when I first started in the planner, it reminded me to do it, but now I actually use this whole box for gratitude because I got a lot to be grateful for. Okay, sorry. And then you have a little note section down here along with your habits. Right next to it, I love that you have so many habits. You have 6 habits you can track each week. It is so wonderful. This is what helps you meet your goals, like your monthly goals, is creating habits. So I love that this was added for a purpose. Ooh, I think, oh, sorry, I got distracted by a change. And then you have each day of the week, and then this is a really great example because you have August is in purple, so it goes with the month of August, and then you jump into September, and it has the color for September, which is blue. Okay, and then I'm just going to talk about a couple of changes. I grabbed this one. I don't have, like, my August/September is already filled up, so I wanted to show you a blank one. So we're using November. Okay, so one of the first things that I noticed was the dates, everything here changing, which is super nice because before I couldn't see the days of the week, and that really bothered me. Like, I had to like really look for it. So I started highlighting it with my eyeliner. But so now I'm kind of sad about not using my highlighter, like mild liner, because I really love doing that. I think it's so fun, but I can see it quickly at a glance, which is really, really nice and helpful. And then taking away the stripes that were on every other day, that's gone now. So now it's just all white, which is really helpful, especially, it was really pretty, like decorative wise, but then functional, it wasn't so much, because if you went to white out on this, then it was like, it just messed up the whole flow. So, and it looked a little weird. And then this margin up here was a lot bigger, and now it's smaller. And I actually like that, because with this being so big, I thought, oh, I need to fill this with something. What am I going to fill it with? And I would get like bent out of shape about it, because my washi was too big to go here. I needed this space to be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, and I like the smaller approach. Okay, and then we flip over here, and nothing is different. I wasn't sure, so I just wanted to look. And that's it for the weekly spread. So this is going to repeat itself through the whole month. You have your weekly notes, pages, and actions, and you go into the next spread again, and you're going to end out the month eventually. Oops, nope. Okay, here we go. So we end up the month, and you are going to have every month, you're going to have a monthly reflections page, which I really like. This, these questions are similar to the weekly reflections pages. You just have a couple more added. But by the end of the month, I usually can't remember what all happened. So doing the weekly reflections really helps me remember and draw back things that happened that I want to focus on for wins and working what's not working. It's super beneficial to have the weekly actions. So yeah, we're not talking about that. So you have all of these questions, and the ones that are different are, what am I most grateful for right now? Which I love having this one here to sit and just think about that. Okay, what overall am I most grateful for? And then you get to focus your attention on, what do I want for the next month? What do I want to nurture next month? And I love this down here of rating your overall satisfaction for the month. You rate it from 1 to 10. I think this is really nice to know, like, overall, okay, maybe things didn't work so well in certain areas, but when you get down here, if you wrote out your wins for the month, and you can be like, oh, actually that month wasn't as bad as I thought it was, and you can see it like on your rating system, which is really fun. Okay, and then we have the quarterly compass so as I showed you guys earlier a little bit, the quarterly compass, it's every 3 months, and then you have one at the end of December. And the quarterly compass is a little bit different than the first compass assessment in that you're encouraged to not actually do the whole assessment again. You get to write out your previous month score, and then you're going to say where you feel like you're falling with your current numbers, which I think is really fun. And you can look back on the previous 3 months and look and see by like using your monthly reflections and your weekly reflections, if you choose to use it that way. And then you're going to base your numbers off of that, and then you're going to do an overall analysis of where your scores were. Did they increase, decrease, stay the same? What personal actions contributed to these results? And then 3 words that would describe how you felt over the last 90 days. And then you end by looking forward to the next 90 days and what areas have the biggest opportunity for growth. So you're going to fill all this out every 3 months, which is super helpful. I was gonna show you guys. my quarterly compass, because I just did one. This is my quarterly compass, and I actually starred my spiritual growth number because I met it where I wanted to be at the end of the year. So I just thought that was really helpful, and that's what it looks like, or could look like, filled out. And now everything repeats itself until the end of the year, when you're going to get to your extras tab and what you have extra in the planner, which is the year at a glance for 2021 and then 2022. I like having these both paired next to each other instead of having one in the beginning and one in the end. It's just fun for me to have it here. And the colors, so this is new. The colors actually match the color scheme throughout the planner, which is really fun to just have bright color back here. And then this is also a new spot. It has important dates on the bottom, and I absolutely, I didn't know that this is what I needed, but I am loving this down here, that it's just 6 lines here and 6 lines here to fill out, because I feel like in the planners that would have it like lines for important dates for each month, it was like however many it was, I just felt like it was too much, and it was wasted space to me. So I like having the calendars actually a little bit bigger with a little bit of space, because I don't usually write out a whole bunch of stuff down here. And then after the years at a glance, you're going to flip into 13 notes pages, and the notes pages are actually all lined. And I love that there are so many notes pages in the back. She's not stingy in giving notes pages, which is, I love just writing everything out. So I love that I have lots of space for that. And then this folder back here, this folder is so nice and is an upgrade from last year's. Last year's was like a cardstock, like a thick cardstock, and it held up, but this is just so much nicer because it's laminated and it has pretty things on it. Dare to dream, learn to grow, celebrate progress. I love that. And you flip it over, do it imperfectly, give yourself grace, trust the process. Like, these are just Moxie sayings, and I'm here for it. Here for it. And then look at these stickers. Just look at them. They're so pretty. I love how bold they are, and I love that they changed them a bit from last year, because we have like sayings that are MakseLife sayings, which are super fun and really motivating and encouraging. And then we have these flags, and you have the areas of life, and then the stretch goals. The stretch goals are actually scalloped, which I think is super fun, and I am loving that a lot. And you don't really need that many stretch goals, but I think it's really fun to identify, oh, this is a big one, and I'm gonna keep going for it. And then you have these dot stickers. And so it's just, yeah, that's a great addition. I know a lot of people like having the stickers actually inside of the planner, like connected, but I usually cut this out anyways in planners that have stickers attached, and then I put them in the folder. Okay, and then at the end we have this other pocket, and it's like an accordion type pocket, which is super nice. And this is usually I'll stick like little sheets of stickers in there because I don't use that many stickers, so I can usually fit that in there. And if my stickers do not fit in there, then I'll actually just put them around this band. Okay, and that is going to sum up my review and my thoughts on the 2021 planner. I'm going to go ahead and jump into some accessories. So you can buy these bookmarks separately from the planner. They're $15 for all 3 together. They're made out of like a Teflon material, and they come in this ombre type effect. So you get one for your vision. It says my vision on it, monthly goals, and this week. And then at the bottom of each, it has a little Moxie saying. This one says just begin, dare to grow, and then dream big. And I'll go ahead and show you one in just popping it in real quick. So this is my vision. I would actually put it with my annual goals, but I'm just showing you here what it looks like. And so those are accessories you can buy. And then, as I said earlier in the video, at the beginning, that we can interchange your cover if you want. You can change out your cover. And so I have all 4 cover options to show you. Okay, so this is one of the covers you can get. This is part of the artist series. The artist who designed this cover was Tobi Brown, and the cover says, hold on to your vision. I love this so much. This is probably my second favorite cover, and definitely going to be putting it on my planner this year. And on the back, we have MakseLife logo on the bottom in the gold foil. And I like the touch of adding it red. Do I know my colors? Yes, I do. So that is another color option you can get, or cover option. And then we have this rainbow stripe, which I think is super fun. And all of the covers come with the elastic band, so you get the front and the back, the elastic band. And this one on the back has it in blue, which I really, really love. And then the last one is more of a classic look with this pinstripe. It's gray with navy blue pinstripes. And then it's gray MakseLife logo on the back. So those are the cover options that you can get. I'm excited to find out what cover you choose. Maybe you're going to choose multiple covers. I'm thinking I'm going to use like one for each quarter. They are $10 each. So if you buy them separately, then it's $10 to get a separate cover. And the last thing I was going to talk about was a sticker book. There is a new product with MakseLife this year, and my sticker book didn't make it into my box for the review, so I didn't get it in time for this review. So I can't show it to you, but you can definitely check out other people who have this sticker book on Instagram. If you use the hashtag MakseLife review, then you can see everyone who's used the stickers and what they look like. So it's $20 for the sticker book, and you get a lot of stickers, and they're functional, and I'm really, really, really excited about them. And I cannot wait to have them. I'll probably just show them on Instagram when mine come in. So thank you so much for joining my video today and watching. I would love to hear any comments, any questions, whatever you want to throw at me. I would love to hear your opinions. So please, please don't be shy. And you can either, add a comment here, reach out to me on Instagram. I love talking planners, and I would definitely love talking to you about planners. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.